to another video. Today we're going to be discussing Pokémon Masters once again, as it is one of my favourite games of all time. Today, I mentioned this in my last video, but we will be looking at changes to just make Pokémon Masters a bit better. I love this game, and I really do think it's great. There's so much going for it, and there's so much they do so well. But there are just a few things that I think could be improved on. First of all, let's talk about the gacha system, or the sync pair scouts, which many of us know many woes from. First of all, offering rates. I think we need higher offering rates for 4 and 5 star trainers just in the general spotlight scouts. With 70% going to the 3-star trainers, you're going to get loads of them, and it's not like they've added any new ones since August last year. And so you're stuck with the same sync pairs over and over again, and it gets really tiring. So it'd be nice to have more, like a 30% for 4 stars, and maybe like, I don't know, 8 or 9% for 5 stars. And maybe they could even just do that on multis, who knows. Also, an idea that I don't know whether it's necessary, but I think it would be interesting, is if we could have sync pairs be removed from the sync pair scout after we've reached move level 5. And instead of getting potential increasing items from the sync pair scout, there will be a new way to get them, which I will go over more in detail in my Champion Stadium video. Yes, I'm doing a lot of these changes videos, but that's because I think this game can do so much better even when it is so great. We should also have more Pokefair scouts. I don't know about this one, given that we have just had like 7 in a row. And I don't know exactly how many. We had Red, Leaf, Blue, Cynthia, and Lance. So that's 5 all at once, almost. So, and we've still got Blues going on at the moment. If you are summoning and you don't want Volkner necessarily, if you don't really care about getting Volkner or the East family, summon on Blue, because you get better rates for 5 stars. But he won't be here for long, he's only here till the end of October. As for seasonal sync pairs which we are going to definitely be getting some seasonals coming soon. We know that because they were in the data mines, and if you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch the next part's video. But if a player plays during the event and doesn't get the sync pair, let's have it added on to a future banner. Now, I will say, we currently don't know whether this is already going to happen, as it hasn't actually been a year since the first seasonal sync pairs, being Rosa Holiday and Seabold Holiday last year. So at Christmas they might already have this, where either the banners have a rerun, or they just get put onto the new banners as regular units. But I don't know. Possibly make it a Pokefair Scout, because it's a limited unit, just like all the Pokefair units, and like many of us, or for many of us, we would really like to get these sync pairs. I got fairly lucky on the holiday banners last year. I got Rosa Fairlier and I got Seabold towards the end. But with the summer banners this year, I didn't get either of them. Nor Stephen nor Lyra didn't get them at all, even after spending thousands of gems on them. And I'm really hoping that doesn't happen with the Halloween sync pairs, especially since I'm going to be doing a video out of it this year, so that'll be fun. And maybe, just maybe, even if it's just one of them, maybe have 3 seasonal sync pairs. One's a gym leader, and that one you get for free, just for playing the event. I think that would be, I think that's fair enough. I don't know about you. Hi, so you're probably wondering why there's this sudden cut to, well, this. And it's because when I recorded last night, this video ended up being about 1 hour and 2 minutes long, and I can't upload an 1 hour and 2 minute long video to the channel, because that would take a long time to upload, and none of you would be sticking around for it. So I've decided to split it into 2 parts. This part, which covers everything, or most of everything, and ends up being about 20 minutes, and I spend the other 40 minutes discussing sync pair variety, which is this, where I go through each type, discussing what we have, a few examples, and what we could have, what we could see, and it's just names, and I discussed about what I think we could see with them. But I did want to speed that up a bit, but it still ended up taking 40 minutes to go through each typing. And it's not that in detail, but it is fun to see if you want to get basically a brief upcoming. Oh, this is what the part of the how to make X type better in Masters is going to be. You get a brief kind of part of that because they just run through some ideas. If you want to see a full one, I've got the Ghost type one up from last week, and I've already mentioned this. I don't know whether I mentioned it in this part, I can't remember exactly, but I know that at least in the SYGNA variety part I do mention that that video didn't do as well as I would have liked it to, and if you haven't seen it, then please go ahead and give it a look. I put a lot of effort into it, and it'd just be interesting, I think, to hear your thoughts. But anyway, I hope you're enjoying this video so far, and let's get back to Mega Evolutions. Next up, let's talk Mega Evolutions, because some of them Mega Evolve, others do not. So let's take a look at which ones that is. So here are the ones we have. We've got Cynthia and Mega Garchomp, Red and Mega Charizard X, Karen and Mega Houndoom, Jasmine and Mega Steelix, Sabrina and Mega Alakazam, Blue and Mega Pidgeot, Bugsy and Mega Beedrill, Karina and Mega Lucario, Agatha and Mega Gengar, Noland and Mega Pinsir, Wally and Mega Gallade, Glacier and Mega Glalie, Steven and Mega Metagross, and Signature Grimsley and Mega Sharpedo. If I've missed any out, don't blame me, there are a lot. But there are some which have Pokemon that can Mega Evolve, then don't Mega Evolve. I touched on this with Giovanni last week, and I'll mention it again. Drake and Mega Salamence. He used Mega Salamence in Oras, so why doesn't he use it here? Brendan and Mega Sceptile. Worst offender. They are having the Mega Ring on their wrist and they don't Mega Evolve. What's going on there? DNA. Just fix it. Candice and Mega Abomasnow. That would be awesome to see. Maybe make Abomasnow good again. I don't know. Maybe and Mega Medicham. So with Candice and Mega Abomasnow. It would be awesome to see some Synergy leaders getting some Megas. So we maybe get some next year in some remakes. Zinnia and Mega Rayquaza. I don't know how busted they want to make Rayquaza because at the moment it's not very good, so maybe giving it Mega would make it better. And an expanded secret. Sigma Suit Brock and Mega Tyranitar. There's no excuses. Why is this not a Mega pair? And of course Giovanni and Mega Mewtwo Y, which I talked about last week. Now I have a few other gripes. Stamina, just really annoying. I find it really annoying that I can't just play for as long as I want to. I would much rather just keep playing and just have loads of fun with it than have to deal with the stamina. As for skip tickets, while I do find them really helpful, you could just have like a limited amount that you can use per day, and giving you headloads amount, and then you could just use that per day, which would act as the same kind of stamina system, but you could also just still do normal battles and things without having to worry about your stamina depleting. Next up, main story update more often, please. This point has kind of been removed now because instead of being every 6 months, it's now kind of more like every 4 months, it seems, because they've just added Mullane and Dugtrio, but you know what, 4 months, it's not that bad, but it could be far better. And here's just a few sync pairs I want in more detail. Obviously SATURN and TOXICROAK. It's a 5-star sync pair, it's a striker, physical striker. It's got Poison Jab, Close Combat, X Attack, and My Infinite Willpower, which is based on the fact that SATURN is linked with Azelf, the legendary Willpower Pokemon. And also, if SATURN was to get a SYGNA suit that wasn't Umbreon, it would be Azelf. And what it would do is it would raise defense and special defense by 2 stages and heal TOXICROAK for half of its health. And its sync move would be Space and Time if used Poison Jab. Just because I thought that sounded cool. SYGNA Suit Lillie and ALOLAN NINETALES. I would give it Ice Beam and Moonblast so that it can be Fairy and Ice, but if it had to be Ice I would also just give it Blizzard. X Special Defense and We Should Help, which heals all Pokemon and raises special attack by 2 stages of all Pokemon. And this would be kind of like a support but also kind of a striker sync pair. I'd just put it as support though. And then for its sync move it gets Best Friend Sub-Zero Slammer. Well, yeah, these have all been made in Photoshop. I don't know whether I'll make a tutorial on how to, but I just like making these. ARIANA and YANMEGA, Bug Bite, Bug Buzz, Potion, and will be great friends. Raises all stats by 1 stage. And its sync move is Friends for Life Bug Buzz. Again, I just want more bug pairs, and I also just want more Sinnoh Elite 4 members, because that'd be awesome to see. ARIANA and HONCHKROW moves Dark Pulse and Snarl, much like Karen, with X special attack and Manipulating My Power, which heals HONCHKROW by about a quarter health and lowers all opponents' stats by 1, which I think would be fairly overpowered, but who cares. Its sync would be Manipulating Rocket's Dark Pulse, or it could be Manipulating Rocket's Snarl. I don't mind. And so that's my opinion on ARIANA. Again, it's a sync power I want to see, but honestly, I'm fine if it takes a while, even though she's in the original trailer alongside Archer. God, if you're wondering why Archer wasn't mentioned, or Darach mentioned in this video, it's because what are they going to give them when they get Karen Houndoom? Next up, SYGNA Suit Flint and MAGMORTAR moves Flamethrower and Fire Blast, which I believe are the same moves that his Infernape has, but do I care? No, not really. X Special Attack and Turn Up the Heat, which sets Bright Sun and raises defense and special defense by 2 stages. Its sync move is in her Infernal Heat Fire Blast. Also, this design that I've used is just what I would like to see as his design in the Sinnoh remakes. I've kind of swapped his and Aaron's designs. I've made them for all the Sinnoh Elite 4 and a couple of Sinnoh Gym Leaders, but there you go. It's not what I would make his SYGNA suit look like. GRETA and HERACROSS with the moves Bug Bite and Close Combat, as well as X Defense All and Your Weakness Shows. It raises all party attack by 2 stages and heals all sync pairs for like a quarter health maybe. It would be a support pair, and it would have the sync move of Tycoon Bug Bite. And BEDE and HATTERENE with the moves Psychic and Moonblast, but if I had to give it another fairy move, it would be Dazzling Gleam. X Special Attack and Drenched in Pink, which would heal Hatterene and make fairy moves more powerful, setting up more fairy terrain, possibly like Volkner. Or Misty terrain, as it's called, sorry. And its second move would be Drowning Pink Max Spite, because so what would happen is the same as I discussed with my Gigantamax Gengar last week. What would happen is it would go Gigantamax in the animation and use its G-Max move, but it wouldn't stay Gigantamax, it would go back to being normal Hatterene afterwards. Now, okay, it's been a while, but I want to talk about Ninjago again. It's been so long since I've had the chance to talk about Ninjago, and so I'm going to, right here, right now, in the Sync Pairs I Want section, because I want to see some Ninjago pairs. While I know these are super unlikely to happen, I made some concepts. Those of you who follow me on Twitter will know that this one is one that I really want. It's Jay and ZERAORA. I've talked about this pair a lot on my Twitter. It's even in my Twitter name. It's SaturnUmbreon, then it's the dash J for Pokémon Masters. That's really because I really do want J in Masters. The moves I've given him are Discharge and Plasma Fists. Discharge because it's an AoE move, which is always really helpful, and Plasma Fists because it's ZERAORA's signature move. X-Attack / Special Attack, so it would be kind of like X-Attack Plus maybe, I don't know. Which would raise both special attack and attack by 1 stage. And Sparking It Up, which would raise all stats by 3 stages and accelerate the sync move countdown. I forgot to put a closing bracket. That would not go down well in programming. And for its sync move, Superstar Rockin' Plasma Fist. Jay would adorn his Superstar Rockin' J suit, the Arcade Pod Avatar J, which is such an awesome suit, and it would perform like the kind of like ZERAORA, I don't know whether you saw, had this like kind of promotion where it kind of became a rock star recently, and I'd love to see that as well. And it would just be something like that, and it'd be awesome. Next up, UNAGAMI and PORYGON-Z. I've given it Thunder, Psychic, X Accuracy, and Game Over, which raises critical hit rate and special attack by 2 stages and heals Porygon-Z to full HP. And its sync move is Final Boss Thunderbolt. Again, this would be a great strike sync pair, and with the X Accuracy and Thunder, that would be awesome to see, and it would just make a good electric pair. With the Psychic move as well. Nia and Greninja. Look, I know Greninja's now like the most popular Pokemon or something. I'm totally not salty about that. But Game Freak, this does not mean that we want the Gen 9 champion to have Greninja. Instead, we should give it to Nia of the Ninja, because it makes the most sense to go to her. I've given it the moves Water Shuriken and Hydro Pump, as well as the trainer moves of Potion and Our Perseverance, which raises all stats by 2 stages across the team and charges the move gauge by 5 bars, which is a bit like what's his name? Drake's move. Can't remember the name of that. And for its SYGNA move, I've given it Samurai X Water Shuriken, because obviously Nia was Samurai X before becoming the Water Ninja in Season 5, so it'd be awesome to see a reference to that in her sync pair. Scott and VIKAVOLT, possibly one of the lesser known sync pairs, sorry, not sync pairs, characters, because he's only been introduced in January. But Scott is instantly one of my favourite characters, and I've given him Bug Buzz, Thunderbolt, X Speed, and Game On, which would power up all stats by 3 stages and deals 5% damage to VIKAVOLT. Just because it was a bit of a recall move. Recoil. And its sync move, Game Over Bug Buzz, which I would really like to see this as a great, like, either electric and bug kind of pair. Just a great sync pair to see. And finally, the Skull Sorcerer and ALOLAN Marrowak. You can tell it's late. And this is another great sync pair to introduce. As with Scott and UNAGAMI, this character has only been introduced this year. In fact, it's been introduced later than those two, only in June. And instantly it's become a favourite villain. And ALOLAN Marrowak obviously representing the skull of Hazardeur, which would be awesome to see. This is why I don't want Kiawe to get ALOLAN Marrowak, because I really want the Skull Sorcerer to get it. And who would get normal Marrowak? Now, spoilers for Ninjago Season 13 here. But obviously, if you know, you know. I'm not going to actually spoil it, but if you know, you know. I've given it the moves Shadow Bone, Flamethrower, Die Hit All, and Punish Them, which would raise all sync pair stats by 3 stages and lower opponent stats by 2 stages, because that's overpowered. And its sync move would be Vengestone Infused Shadow Bone, which would be a harken back to Season 13. If you haven't seen Season 13, go watch it. It's so good. It's so good. And now I just have a few updates for you all, because I always seem to do it, but I always do it in the end card, and so it takes a while for things to show up, so I just made a new thing. What's planned for this month? Because it's Halloween month again, isn't it? Yeah, I'm going to be a bit more active than I have been previously in Halloween months, hopefully, as you can see by the fact that I'm actually uploading in Halloween month. And I have a few things planned. You saw my Caitlyn upload, I'm sure many of you did, and that was just the beginning. I've been working on some music with my friend Pokémon Remix, and we are going to be showing off a few tracks from the Yin and Yang soundtrack this month, including Eterna Forest, which will come a bit later on in the month, as well as I'll be doing a couple more spooky themed videos, as well as the sync pair Scout video for Hilbert and Mightyena, as well as, if we have enough gems after getting them, Acerola and Mimikyu. But honestly, I would be perfectly fine just getting Hilbert, because it's Hilbert. Anyway, that really is the only update I can think of. My big project that I keep mentioning, that I don't want to spoil, that's definitely coming soon. It's still taking a long time to work on because it's really big. It's really big. It might not even come out this year. But I am working on it a lot, and I really am looking forward for you all to see it. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, which I'm sure many of you did, because I'm just that great of a person. I'm really not ungrateful. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please like it and subscribe, because it means a lot to me. I appreciate seeing those kind of things, and thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again soon on my next upload. later the month.